Okay guys, hi, this is the little Willow and we're doing a tutorial on how to make these kaleidoscope earrings. And here's different kinds. This one has at least 4 colors and this one has 3, or maybe this one has 5 colors on this one, excuse me. And we are going to go ahead and we have our size 12 needle here that I'm going to be using, a size 12 needle. I'm going to be using a size B thread, okay, and we're going to be using a size 15 beads. I've got 3 colors here. I've got a dark burgundy color, and you can use whatever color you want. You don't have to use the colors I'm using. This is a metallic dark burgundy. This is a very light lilac, and I'll just put a little bit more in there so they're easier to grab. Be careful not to spill, like me. Don't do what I'm doing. And a kind of a bright, you go online and look for size 15, it'll bring you to all kinds of different sites. About an arm's length of thread, and we're just going to go ahead and give it at least that much more than an arm's length. Now you want to make sure you have a good pair of pliers or scissors. And if you need pliers, you know, you don't have to have these kind. There's like, as long as you don't cut your needle or anything else with the cutter end. And if you want a lighter, I would be careful with that. But you can use a lighter if you need to. If you're an experienced bead artist, you probably will. And so we're just going to thread the needle, and what we're going to be working on is these kaleidoscope earrings. I am also going to be using it says these are size 4, but they look like a size 5 to me. It's between a 4 and a 5. And then I'm going to be using a leather back. It's called a leather back earring or ear wire, or you can use just the regular ear wires like this. Okay, I'm out of those right now, so, and then when you buy them, you should probably try to buy them surgical steel, since everybody's having all these allergies. Okay, so I've got my bead, my needle threaded. I'm just doing one single thread. Now you can see it's just one single thread. So what I'm going to be doing, let's put this aside, is I'm going to alternate between this one and this one, and we're going to be putting 16 beads on. So we're going to be going dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. You don't have to do this way, but this is easy for me to show you this way so you can kind of understand where the beads go. You can put all 16 in one color if you like, but I'm doing this so you can see exactly which beads to go through and how it works together. And so we're doing the dark and light together. So what do we got so far? We have because we're going to get 4 more of each color. Okay, I think we have 4 more of each color. Okay, so now we have a total of 16 beads. Now be careful so you don't pull it off the end of your tail, because we didn't put a knot at the end of our tail. I'm not asking you to put a knot. If you feel like you need to, then you are welcome to. I'm not asking you to put a knot on the end of your tail. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to pull this thread all the way around to where that tail is, and we're going to go back through all of those beads. Okay, so here we go. Very carefully stick all of your needle through all of those beads, and you're just making a little loop, basically. Just like this. You're making a little loop. If you can see the little loop, you're making a little loop just like that. And you want to leave enough of a tail so you can tie a knot. So now I'm going to tie a knot with that tail, just like this. Okay, we're just going to go around it again. Oops. Did it do it? Oh, I don't know. If you need to tie an extra knot, it's okay. There we go. So we got a good knot, and I'm just going to leave that tail on for now because sometimes you'll have to pull that knot out of the way to get your beading needle in there all the time. So now I'm going to go through that first dark bead, and I'm just going to leave it on until we're done with this first row, okay? So, or this second row, excuse me. So we have the 16 beads on there. We've gone through our dark bead, and then we're going to just put 3 beads on and go through all the little dark beads. 3, go through your dark bead, 3, go through your dark bead. And we're just going to keep going all the way around like that. Just like this. Okay? Right there. And you're going to go through there. Now, I don't know if I mentioned these are size 15s, but you can do them with whatever size you like. You can make these a little bigger with a size 11 or a size 10. And so we're going 3 and then through that dark bead, just like that. And it should start to look like that. This, and then we'll meet you. We have one more to do, and that's where the tail is coming out. So we have one more of these 3 to put on there where the tail is coming out. Okay, so we're gonna put those 3 on. Okay, so now we're gonna pull on that tail to get that knot out of the way so we can get it underneath there. Where the tail's coming out is where you want to go back in. Okay, and there you go. Now we can cut that tail off. We don't need that tail. So you just trim that tail up to the point of the knot. Oops. Just like that. Oops, oh well, I give up. Okay. Alrighty, so then we're going to go up through these 2 beads to get to your next row. So you went through the tail end, and now you're going through these 2 to get to your next row. Okay, so now you're at the top of that, and we're going to go through the top of these beads now. Your 3rd bead or your middle bead. And we're going to put 5 beads on. So I'm going to go ahead and put 5 of the lighter color beads on. Okay, and we're going to do that every time at the very top of your little triangle thing. Okay, and it should look like that. And we're just going to keep going all the way around. 5 beads. 5 of your lilac, and go through the very top of that bead all the way around, and it will start looking like a flower, just like that. If it's, you know, warping out a little, it's okay. It will straighten out here. As you put more on, it'll straighten out, so don't worry about it. Through the top of this bead, put another 5 on, Go through the top of the next bead. And now we're at the end, and all we have to do is put 5 beads on and go through the top of the bead that we started out to connect the row. So we're going through the top of the bead that we started from to connect the row. Okay? And we're connecting the row, and now we're going to go through the 3 light colored beads to go up to the next row, because we want to get out of that top one again. So you're always looking to push your bead up to the top bead. Okay, and it should start looking like this, like a little flower, just like that. Okay, and so now we're going to put on, oh, actually we're going to go through 4. I forgot we're doing this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. This will be your 4th row. Your 4th row is going to be your stabilizing row. I'm sorry, I've been doing so much bead work and so many different designs. Okay, so you're going through these 4 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're leaving this bead, and you're going to put 1 on, and you're going to go through all 3 of these top beads all the way around. So you see you have 5 here, but you're going through the top 3 of those 5 beads. And that's how we're going to stabilize this row from the warping and the moving around that it's doing. Okay, and that's what we're doing. We're just stabilizing that row. So we're going to put a dark bead between it, and we're going to go through the top 3 beads of each of these little petals. That's what I'll call them. Okay, and then we're going to go up just 2 of those beads, because we want to get up to the next row. And we want to be in that middle bead, that odd bead out right there. Okay, and now we're going to put on 7 beads. We're going to put on, we're going to change this out to where it is the bright beads and the light beads. So we're going to put 3, and I'm going to put 1 in the middle and another 3. And this should help you see where things go too, if you do it like that. And we're going to go through that top bead every single time, just like that. Okay, and you're going to do that again. 3, 1, and 3. This is a very fun pattern. If you're an experienced beader, then you're going to have a lot of fun just experimenting with different colors and things like that. 3, because you want your 7 beads. Okay, and we're just going to repeat that all the way around. 3, 1, 3. Have 1 bead left. One more left here. Whoops. 3, 1, 3, and then we're going to go through that very top bead where we started. And we're going to go ahead and go up through all 3 of those until you get to the next top bead. I don't know if you can see that. So you're going through your top bead here to this top bead all the way up. So you're just climbing up to the next top bead there. Okay, and it should look just like this. Go. It should look like kind of like a little flower star. That's why I call it Kaleidoscope, because it's a kaleidoscope of colors. Okay, and so now what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and go through this 1 more bead, because I'm going to just put 5, and I'm just going to go back to this color, this darker color. And if you don't want to, you can stay on that one and put a big, if you want to make this bigger, you would just add all odd numbers. So if you want to make your kaleidoscope bigger, you would add all odd numbers until it's as big as you want it to be. But I'm just staying right here, so I am going to go through that second bead next to the light one, and we're just going to be putting 5 because I'm going to stop it at 6 rows here. So I got 5 on, and I'm just going to go through all 3 of the top beads with my 5. Okay, and I'm just going to go all through the top beads with my 5, and I'm going to go all the way around. Okay, and you can have a lot of fun with this pattern. I'm just going through all the top beads. Okay, so we have one more, and then we're going to go and we're going to do this shaft area where we add the bead. And so we're going to connect it on that 3rd bead because that's where you want to go through, right here, right there. But we're going to go a step more, and we're going to go through 3 of these. So you're going through 1, a bright one, a light one, a bright one, and then 3 of your burgundy color or your darker ones. And you're going up, and you're going to be coming out there. So that's where we're going to start our shaft, right there. I don't know if you can see that, but that's where what we're doing. So I'm going to use the light color beads to do this, and I'm going to put 4 on. Okay, and then I'm going to put my size, you can do 2, 3, 4, 5 millimeter bead. If you heavier beads there, you will notice a difference in the weight of the earring. And then we're going to put 7 light ones on top of that. 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so now what we want to do is it's coming out of here. We want to create that loop on top. So we're going to go through the bead right there and the bead right there, because we're basically creating 2 loops, one on top and one on the bottom. So we're going to go through the light bead right here on the bottom part of this top, and the light bead on the bottom part, the top of the bottom part. I don't know if you got that right or not. You might have to re-listen to that. I'm not sure. Okay, so it's acting a little bit cantankerous. There we are. And it should look like that. And now we're putting 3 beads on. Okay. We're going to put 3 beads on. And we are going through the opposite end. So we came out here, coming out this end, and we're going to put it on the opposite end of that bead. Okay. Just like that. Now, if you only have 1 string and you haven't doubled your strings, then I suggest you go through this area all over again. So we want to fortify that. So we're going to go up through a second time, and we're just going to go all the way, we're just going to loop all the way around that to keep it, make it stronger. We're just looping all the way around that to make it stronger. Okay. Okay, so now you've gotten all the way around that. We're going back through that top bead. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to weave our thread all the way to this middle section. However you want to do it, it's up to you, but I just weave it to the midsection of this piece. So I am just going with the flow down each petal, and I am just weaving it all the way down to the different through the different petals. Okay, just going to weave it all the way down until we get to that midsection. And now, which side was it? Okay, so you can't even tell which side it is that you had the knot, but I think it was right here. So we're just going to go ahead and weave all the way through here, all the way around it, and this will help to fortify the piece. And I'll just weave it to that section. There we go. And then I'm going to go through like that. And I'm going to go around. Okay. Pull it tight and go through one of the needles or the thread. Okay, and now you can cut. And there we go. Okay. Play with your beads. Sometimes I just use a little pencil and I will just push out the petals on my little kaleidoscope. Make it all nice and neat. And there's one of the earrings, and here is the second earring that goes with it. And now all we have to do is put the little finding on it. You just open your finding, and if you can see the knot, you can't hardly see it, but you want to make sure the knot is on the opposite side. So we will make sure the knot is on the opposite side, because lo and behold, somebody will say, "Ooh, there's a knot there." If they can see very, very well. They must have eagle eyes. Okay, so there we have it. The two earrings that we did. This, I did a tutorial and then it didn't, my tutorial somehow got messed up, so I don't know. So this is the other earring. There you go. And thank you for joining me, and please press like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. Please help me by liking and subscribing. We will see you later. Thanks. Bye.